Welcome to Smart Stock Watch, your go-to channel for in-depth financial analysis. Today is April 25th, 2025, and we're diving into Glacier Bancorp's latest earnings report for the first quarter of 2025. Joining us is John, a senior analyst from Smart Stock Watch. John, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to discuss Glacier Bancorp's performance this quarter.
Let's get started. Glacier Bancorp has just released their earnings report. Can you give us a brief overview of the company?
Absolutely. Glacier Bancorp is a regional bank holding company with a strong presence in the western U.S. They operate through multiple bank divisions and have a history of strategic acquisitions to expand their footprint.
Revenue and profitability overview. Let's start with the financial highlights. Glacier Bancorp reported a net income of $54.6 million for the first quarter of 2025. John, how does this compare to previous quarters?
Glacier Bancorp's net income decreased by 12% from the previous quarter, but increased by 67% compared to the same quarter last year. This shows a significant year-over-year improvement despite a quarterly dip.
And what about their earnings per share?
The diluted earnings per share for this quarter was 48 cents, which aligns with analysts' forecasts. It's a decrease from the previous quarter's 54 cents, but a substantial increase from 29 cents in the first quarter of last year.
That's quite a jump. How did their net interest margin perform?
The net interest margin improved to 3.04%, up from 2.97% last quarter and 2.59% a year ago. This improvement is driven by increased loan yields and decreased funding costs.
Operational efficiencies and future outlook. John, let's talk about operational efficiencies. How is Glacier Bancorp managing its costs and margins?
Glacier Bancorp has been effective in managing its operational costs. The loan yield increased to 5.77%, and the core deposit cost decreased to 1.25%. These factors contributed to a favorable efficiency ratio of 65.49%.
That's impressive. What about their dividend policy?
The company declared a quarterly dividend of 33 cents per share, continuing their streak of 160 consecutive quarterly dividends. This reflects their commitment to returning value to shareholders.
Looking ahead, what can we expect from Glacier Bancorp?
With their strategic acquisition of Bank of Idaho and a strong cash position, Glacier Bancorp is well-positioned for future growth. However, they remain cautious due to economic uncertainties.
Credit quality and risk management. John, let's shift our focus to credit quality. How is Glacier Bancorp managing its credit risks?
Glacier Bancorp has maintained a strong credit quality. Non-performing assets increased to $39.3 million, but the allowance for credit losses is at 1.22% of total loans, which is a prudent level. Net charge-offs were $1.8 million, showing effective risk management.
What about their provision for credit losses?
The provision for credit losses was $7.8 million this quarter, reflecting their cautious approach in the current economic environment. This includes provisions for both loans and unfunded commitments.
Strategic initiatives and acquisitions. John, Glacier Bancorp has announced a significant acquisition. Can you tell us more about it?
Yes, Glacier Bancorp has signed a definitive agreement to acquire Bank of Idaho, which has total assets of $1.3 billion. This acquisition will expand their presence in Idaho and Washington.
Have they received the necessary approvals?
All required regulatory approvals have been received, and the transaction is scheduled to close on April 30th, 2025. This will be Glacier Bancorp's 26th bank acquisition since 2000.
That's a strategic move. How will this acquisition impact their operations?
The acquisition will integrate Bank of Idaho's operations into existing Glacier Bank divisions, enhancing their market reach and operational synergies.
Key takeaways. As we wrap up, Glacier Bancorp has shown a solid performance this quarter with a net income of $54.6 million and an EPS of 48 cents, meeting analyst expectations. Their strategic acquisition and strong credit management position them well for future growth.
Indeed, Glacier Bancorp's focus on operational efficiencies and strategic expansion through acquisitions like Bank of Idaho will likely drive their growth in the coming quarters.
Thank you, John, for your insights, and thank you to our viewers for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Smart Stock Watch for more financial analyses. We'd love to hear your thoughts on Glacier Bancorp's performance in the comments below.